Um, so Naishvi. Okay, talking about it might get a bit awkward because we are always used to writing about all these good things on a sugar cube or sending a mail, because everyone who knows Naishvi knows that she like hates and she like runs 10 feet away from all these emotional things like we talk about or anything it is. She runs away from it. I don't know why, but this is a very well deserved video because where should I start from? I've seen Naishvi when I was a GB and she was new to her role as a VP, and now as a MB was worked under her. I've seen her entire 1 year journey, and I would say that she has transformed like for sure, like you know from the way she led her department in the first semester, and now when I saw her lead the department, like let's talk numbers. Like in the first sem I think it was what 2 to 3 GVs who ended up putting in approvals, but right now in this semester almost all of them, I will like, we have 5 teams under 5 team leaders, and each team has a GB or GBs who have ended up putting in approvals. And I think a major chunk of the determination and the need to put in an approval comes from Naishvi. And she might taunt us or push us or like get angry on us on those countless STMs she has taken, but it's just her way of pushing us to do our best. And I mean, all the qualities that you need in a good team leader or a person who's leading such a huge department, I think Naishvi has that, like always putting OGV and her department first. Like I'll give you an instance. So I was a GB and I did not talk with Naishvi because I was a GB. My first touch point is majorly with my team and my team leader. But my two best friends went on an exchange, and they were initially facing some issues because me as a GB, I did not know that you face issues or how does an exchange even go. It was my very first time. But whenever they face an issue, they call me, they get like kya karo, and I get very panicked ki kya karo. So there was this one instance and this happened, so I called up my team leader to know what to do ahead, but he did not pick up my phone. So then I was like, shit, okay, I have no option, I should call up Naishvi. So I called her up and I explained her the whole situation in panic. Like I'm talking, I'm ranting, ye karu, wo karu. I am having a breakdown. My friends in Egypt are having a breakdown, etc., etc. And I ranted to her for 15-20 minutes, and I'm like, shit, okay, I know, like she's the vice president, and I just like talk chabat kiya. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, are you free right now? And she's like, no, matlab I'm entering my examination hall for my semesters in the next 2 minutes, but bol na aur kuch hai kya? And I think this just embodies what Naishvi is like. She always tends to put her department and her MB also and her department and OGV initially like everywhere ahead, and she always prioritizes them. And like in this role, I think I've been in ISEC since the last 11 months, and she's always been approachable. Always, like if I have any issues, I call up Naishvi, I rant, and she's like, okay, cool. She's always ready to sit down and sort out the problems. She gives her insights. She's like, do this, do that, and it has always worked. Like Naishvi is always right, but she would love to hear this. But this was just one instance. Like there are countless other things where I have like cried in front of her, where I've ranted in front of her about all these things I'm not going just through as a MB of OGV, but in life. And she's always been there, like supporting us, pushing us to do our best. And there were certain things where I was very afraid of, like public speaking or like managing a team or any like XYZ. Like I had 100 reasons to not continue as a MB, but after having an O2O with her, she just gave me one reason, that if you're gonna be afraid of anything in life, like all these small things, then I don't think, like tu chhod de, tu kuch nahi kar payegi. And this, like I know this might seem harsh, but that's just Naishvi. Like that's how she is. She taunts us, and like it's always been like that. Like Naishvi ne bola hai to karna hai, as simple as that. And it was hammered in us that I want to get this much approvals, I want to be nationally number one, I want to win the NLS award. Like from the start. And it's not just the MB, it, like, ask any of my team members, they know what Naishvi wants. And down the line, now if you ask me what I want, these are the same things I want, and not just for Naishvi, but because we have all worked hard for the same things. And again, it rounds back to Naishvi because she's the one who has always pushed us to do that. And I just want to end this video by saying that, you know, like, I recently told her the same thing. Like, her theme of EB application was remember your why. So I do have, like, I told her recently that, you know, a major chunk of me continuing ISEC was her. Like, she was my why of continuing ISEC, because as a GB I've seen her, you know, lead her team, her MB. And I was like, okay, I also want to work under her. I want to learn the skills, the way she leads, that, like, those leadership skills, the main reason of joining ISEC. And down the line, after these 6-7 months working under her, even if I, like, learn 10% of the way she leads her department, and, like, you know, be able to lead the department the way she did, I think it's completely worth the hours and the pains and the time I have given to ISEC. And I mean, I don't see why. Like, she's been through a lot. I remember there was this one point where, you know, like, she always wants to be always wanted to be nationally number one, and, like, last night it finally happened. So happy for her again so much. But there was this one point where we were on the second position, and the difference between the first and the second position was 30 approvals, like, literally 30 approvals. And the MB was panicking full out, but she was like, okay, now you can see the reality check. मुझे तो nationally number one बनना है, तो you either help me become nationally number one, और मैं खुद का देख लूँगी, I'll manage it. And I think like, I just, like, that takes balls to say that, you know, तुम लोग नहीं करना है, मैं खुद कर लूँगी. And that's 30 fucking approvals. But that's Naishvi. I mean, again, that's Naishvi. But I genuinely hope she wins the award, because she's, like, genuinely put her blood, sweat and tears for OGV this entire year. And yeah, can't wait to see what happens at NLS.